Hello, 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 hello? Hello. Hello, everyone. I am back with another live stream. I have been out for the past few days, mainly because I've had a vacation, and also I've been doing other stuff too. I've been more busy as the summer goes on. However, I am back, especially for this more intense severe weather threat. That's another reason why I wasn't here. It's because we haven't really actually had much lately. However, things are beginning to change, it seems like. So, we are going to watch this potentially more stronger severe weather event compared to what we've seen in the past lately. So we definitely do have quite a bit to talk about already, as there's already a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. So that's what we're going to discuss this time around, as we have a threat over there in northern New England, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and then parts of New York. So definitely quite a bit to talk about. And we'll be making sure that you'll get everything that you need to know in this video or live stream coverage. So this live stream coverage will make sure that you have everything you need to know to remain safe if you live in the affected areas. But let's move on over to our scene. I do have to change this is my old settings from the previous live stream, so just bear with me for a second. But currently we do have I need to fix something. Okay, that works. Let me do this. I need to fix this. Wait. No, that's the wrong one, though. Oh, I see what... Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to... Okay, here we go. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Alright, that worked. Okay, so let me just change this. I'm gonna be right back with you. Just let me, one. There's just one active, so... I mean, in the US anyways. There's like one in Newfoundland, but that's it. Or Labrador was, same thing. Okay. So this is what we're currently seeing on the radar. Not much is happening yet, and to be honest, this is probably how this event's going to start. We're not really expecting much to happen initially, but as these storms dive south into the better environment, there's going to be more and more storms that develop near Sherbrooke area, and that will influence... Oh, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning. Let me change that again. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I'll just keep the color. But we are going to see a slow start to this event, I imagine. I feel like that's how these events usually turn out. I mean, the last event I've seen like this is probably... There was an event like this last year in Maine, and we did see potentially some tornadoes. I don't know if... I think it was just tornado warnings, not actual tornadoes. But we also did see a risk like this in southern Vermont and New Hampshire over here in this area that I circled. That was on June 22nd, 2024. Nothing really much happened that day. I mean, there was one tornado, and that's it. So, we're unsure if this event is going to, like, bust like that again, because I do have lower confidence in some of these New England threats. I feel like the moisture is much more influential in the storms developing in this cases, especially since it's harder to protrude into the valleys of the mountains and stuff like that. There's a lot of mountains in this area. Also, the wind shear. While the wind shear usually is okay with these risks, I feel like the mountains just make it much harder to see much more widespread severe weather, at least in the form of tornadoes. There might be some strong winds with these, though. But we currently do have one severe thunderstorm warning active. It is currently warned for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So we are currently watching this cluster of severe thunderstorm warnings, which is on the same storm. This is for Colebrook and Columbia, New Hampshire at the moment. Specifically, this is Coos County, I think. This is only Coos County, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is Coos County. So this is Coos County in New Hampshire, and this is Essex County in Vermont. So Essex County in Vermont and Coos County in New Hampshire, some parts of it are under severe thunderstorm warning. So make sure you get indoors and away from those windows and doors, just to make sure that your life is safe, even though it's most likely that the storms wouldn't endanger your life too much if you weren't following those. But still, it's better to take precautions and be safe, just in case if any hail impacts you or your family. But that is actually it. That is it. That is all we're seeing right now. We're not really seeing anything else. We're just seeing this New England risk, and to be honest, that's about it. There's not really much else going on because of the pattern we have. We can't really see any more severe weather, except maybe up here in Canada. There is a tornado watch for areas just west of Edmonton, Alberta. However, that is way up north, and I don't think we really cover that area, so. But we still have this risk over here. Now, one thing I do want to note with this risk over here, it's not very populated of an area. Like, northern New England is sometimes populated, but the area that is circled here isn't especially populated. Maybe besides the Burlington area in Vermont, and possibly Augusta and Bangor in Maine. But there's not actually a whole lot of people that live out here, so thankfully we're just hoping a lot of these tornadoes stay out in the middle of mountains and mountainous terrain and don't impact anybody. We're hoping that'll happen. It's not necessarily certain, but there is very rural areas in this region that I just circled, so it's definitely still possible. So we're going to have to wait and see what we're going to see with this system. And yeah, we'll see if we get any strong tornadoes. I hope not, and I hope if we do, they're in very, very rural areas. Because, to be honest, there's only like 20,000 people in this 10 Sig 1. Of course, this would extend probably into Canada if there was SBC outlooks for Canada. Probably extend to like Sherbrooke or something to make a perfect circle. However, I don't even know, actually, because there is a severe thunderstorm watch only over here. There was a tornado watch here earlier, but I guess confidence has decreased in this region, so we don't have a tornado watch in Canada anymore. And I'm unsure if we're going to get one in the United States as well, because this is just one severe thunderstorm warning at the moment. But we're waiting for more storms to develop, so we'll see if anything changes as time moves on. That's what we're here for. But once again, guys, I am not going to be available from between 7:20 and 9:20. Probably a little bit earlier than that. Maybe I would say 9. I'm unsure, to be honest. But it probably will be around the 9 time frame that I'm back. Hopefully I don't miss too much of the event. Hopefully we get to a slow start. But I just hope this doesn't happen, because this would be really weird and really damaging if some of these areas get impacted. Because these are not used to tornadoes, these areas. Maybe a little more in Quebec, but honestly, I think that's just because it's a valley. So. But we're waiting. We do have a couple of clusters of storms near Saguenay in Quebec, but they're not really doing... I think it's Saguenay? I forgot how to pronounce that, but it's something like that. Yeah, once again, guys, we are watching these storms as they develop in real time in the northern New England area, of all places. So definitely be on the lookout if you live in those regions, as this might be a big one. Of course, we don't only have severe weather active. We do have these tropical systems in the Eastern Pacific. Let me just get out of this, like, tropical genesis outlook, because it's kind of blocking our thing. Yeah, here. So, this is Tropical Depression 5E. It's off the coast of Mexico. It's not really going to do much. It's going to impact very little areas along its path. I think there is tropical genesis outlooks for other areas, too. Let me just see. Let me see what else there is. I know I said there was, like, an Atlantic system. I don't know if that's actually going to happen. It kind of went away on the models, so. These little things right here, they're not going to impact Hawaii. They're well south of it, so I think we're going to be okay with that, but still. But currently, we have this storm near Colebrook and Cannon, and it's heading towards Dummer, Stark, and Groveton. So definitely be aware in those areas. There is also another storm near Phillips, Maine. This is in, I think, Piscataqua County. I always forget the name. No, this is not Piscataqua County. I gotta look at my Maine counties. Be right back. Just let me get this. Maine County map. It's Franklin County. So, in Franklin County, heading back into, there's another county. Franklin County heading back into Oxford County, the easternmost portions of Oxford County. There is a storm. That might be severe warned in the future, but I'm not really seeing much tornado threat with that. It's a very tiny storm. Not really seeing much hail threat with that either, so it might just be warned for winds, because I am seeing maybe some wind potential with it. You can see maybe some increased winds there, but it's kind of hard to tell because this is, like, closer to the radar, so it's less conflicting winds in this area, so... We'll see. Oh my, this is weird. We have, like, a severe thunderstorm watch for half of the severe thunderstorm warning. I don't know why. I don't know why that's the case, but, yeah, so we have the severe thunderstorm warning all the way up here in Labrador, Canada. And then half of this severe thunderstorm warning is in a severe thunderstorm watch, which was just issued for the severe... I don't know. I don't even know what's going on up there, but okay. But yeah, we are currently watching these storms to develop in northern Vermont, northern New Hampshire, and western Maine. These storms likely will pose a threat for all hazards. We did see a mesoskill discussion earlier for 120 to 145 mile per hour tornadoes, and also 1.50 inch to 2.50 inch hail, as well as 65 to 80 mile per hour winds. Those are all the maximum. Of course, you're not going to get that everywhere, but that's the maximum of what could happen in one area today, or at least a few areas. So that's what we're currently seeing with that. We're going to see these storms develop as they move to the south, and you can see these storms are definitely, well, maybe moving a little more southeast than we initially perceived, but it does seem like we're having some southerly moving storms. Once again, guys, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. I am here. There's not really much going on right now, so I definitely could answer them if you find it necessary. Alright, we're back down to 1 severe thunderstorm warning, so that's cool. That's cool. Let me change the colors again. Yeah, that works. It's my phone. It's currently 6:01 p.m. This is actually the time here, so works out. Of course, we could check on some of these radars. There is this Burlington radar, but it's never that good because there's so many mountains right by it, and I don't know if this is like a wind farm or something. I think it's a mountain, but there's a bunch of mountains in this area, so it's going to be really hard to see much, unless if it's right in the Champlain Lake Valley, so just don't really trust this radar today. I would rather use the Portland radar or wherever this is, Gray. So, that's in Maine. Or maybe even the Holton radar if they go that east. So, we'll see. But currently I have 1 severe thunderstorm warning active in the United States, 1 in Canada. So. But not seeing too much right now, so it doesn't seem like a very concerning event at the moment. But we're still watching to see if storms will develop. Do have one near Durham, Sud, and Richmond that is just developed. It's not just developed. It actually existed. It was actually stronger before when it was near north of Montreal, but now it's kind of weakening. So we'll see if that manages to make it into northern New Hampshire, most likely, or far northeastern Vermont. We'll see if it manages to make it. We'll see. Do have special marine warning for wind gusts of 34 miles per hour or larger. It's not anything insane. There's a bunch of storms in the Florida, Alabama, and Georgia area. So just continue to watch those. I don't know if we're going to get any severe thunderstorm warnings. There is a marginal risk in Florida, but not really anything insane. We still haven't gotten the watch up here yet, though, so I'm still waiting. Of course, we do have cameras in this area, but none of them are that good. Like, we have some in Quebec, and those are okay, but in northern New England, we have very little cameras in this region. It's partially because of how rural it is, except for Vermont. Like, we probably do have some near Burlington and stuff, but there's, like, 1 camera in Maine that we can use in the 10%. 1 camera, and there is 1 in Vermont, too, like, right here, but it's a picture camera. It's going frame by frame. The frames are, like, 5 minutes apart, so it's not going to work out. But I guess we could check on this storm near Richmond, Quebec. So let me check on that storm near Richmond, Quebec. Let me go to this interactive map. It's near Richmond. Is this? Okay, I have no idea. Where is a camera? I mean, okay. It's going to be here somewhere. I have no idea where the camera is. Oh, there's some near Sherbrooke. Is this heading towards Sherbrooke? It actually is, so you can look. Okay, this is westward, so let me look at the westward one. I don't know why it's just... Oh, because it's like the past minute. Okay, wait. Oh, this is westward. Okay, I don't know why I was confused there. But this is westward. This is the camera that we should be looking at. This is looking west, but you cannot see the storm yet. It's behind those mountains, so definitely wait for that. This is from a minute ago, so it's basically the right camera, so. You can see in the bottom right corner. I'm not putting it full screen, because we're only going to be there for like a second. But, yeah. So that's what we're currently seeing. Once again, guys, if you have any questions, just make sure to put them in the chat. I'm here to answer them. Because today could be a big one, but we really have to look at these parameters. I'm unsure about all of them, so we'll see. Yeah, we aren't really seeing a tornado threat with this, but I doubt we're gonna get one. Because this is like on a boundary or something. I don't know if this is the warm front. I don't know what this is here. Let me look at exactly what that is. I need to look at the SBC thing. Mesoscale. Mesoanalysis, yeah. Okay, let me look. What? No, I didn't mean the entire US. I meant this. How do I check again? Moist convergence? I don't think so. How did I check this? Temperature change. Isn't it like temperature change or something? Wait. Where is the... Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. So here's the temperatures that we're seeing in this region. Is that a warm front or like... Okay, well, this is 59 degrees because this is literally Mount Washington. That's like the coldest place on Earth, basically. Well, not the coldest place. It's the windiest place on Earth. My bad. But it's very cold because of that. It's because it's 6,000 feet high. So I know this looks a little weird, but it's just Mount Washington. I mean, I will say, these wind barbs are, like, all over the place, but, I mean, sometimes that's good. I mean, it's weird. I don't know what this one's doing. That's coming out of the west, for some reason. Most of them are coming from the southeast? I'm so confused how these work, actually. I learned this, like, a couple of days ago, and now I lost it. I don't know. But if you look at the temperatures here, I don't think that's a warm front because, well, of course, these temperatures are hotter because they're further down south. But I don't think that's a warm front. I don't know what that is. I bet it isn't. I bet it's just a cluster of thunderstorms. We're going to get a bunch of those clusters of thunderstorms, so I think we're okay. We're not going to get, like, tornadoes spawning out of that. Let me just check on something real quickly. I think my dinner's almost ready, so I'm just gonna check. Alright, I'm back. We're watching. We are watching. Alright, so we do have a severe thunderstorm warning over here in Hinton. It's weird. It looks like it has some rotation, but this is far up in Canada, so... Yeah, they did say severe thunderstorms can produce tornadoes, so... This might be one of those cases, so we just have to watch out. Whoever lives in this area. Does anybody even live in this area? No. Yeah, like, this is in the middle of the mountains. I'm so unsure. Okay, well, if you live in Rob, it's called Rob, the area that's right here. So if you live in Rob, Alberta, I would be potentially on the lookout for a tornado ahead of you, so you might not even have to worry about it anymore. But we are still watching our storm over here in New Hampshire. Still not really doing so well. I'm not expecting this to be the main storm of the event. It also looks like this convection is kind of weakening as we speak. So I don't think this is going to be the main event. I think maybe this storm near Sherbrooke has a little bit more of a chance. Even though, now looking at it, it does not look like it's even as strong. So I don't know what to think about this event. I mean, it's possible that something will happen. I mean, okay, it's most likely that something will happen, but it just seems like some of these 2026 events are just, like, nothing. Or something, but, like, very little. So I don't know if that's going to be the case here. It's just not, it's not making me very confident because it's a northeast risk. It needs to be, like, a good setup for it to be a northeast risk. Like, I'm not very confident in this. But we'll see. Let me position myself better, sorry. But yeah. Alright, let's look back at our Quebec camera. Wait, is that a tornado warning? No. Thought it was a tornado warning, but it's just the radar. Okay, my bad, my bad. My bad, guys. Alright, how do I update this camera? Okay, there we go. So we do see some clouds. That's about it. I mean, I really don't see much with this. It looks like there's some windmills back there, but or some sort of cell tower, but still can't see the storm that well. It's probably because it's weakening, so it's probably not even going to get there. Or maybe we're right under the storm, so that's also a possibility. You can see we're probably right under the storm, so, or near the storm enough. But yeah. Alright, I mean, this is the one severe thunderstorm warning we have, and it's no longer a warning for 1-inch hail, by the way. It's probably because the reflectivity went down a little bit, and I noticed that. So we no longer have 1-inch hail in the storm, but the wind threat is still something, as it heads towards Stark and Dummer, so definitely be aware in those areas you could get 60-mile-per-hour winds, but that's about it at this moment. And some hail. Of course, there's still going to be some hail. It looks like we do have our first special weather statement in Montana, because there is a risk up there in Montana, too, a slight risk. This is in, like, it's, like, literally on a mountain right now, so I don't know if that's going to do something. I don't know what's going on there, but it's literally on a mountain right now. I don't think this is going to produce a tornado or anything like that. There's no risk for tornadoes up here, so I doubt it. But there is some hail with this and wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. So definitely be aware of that. There is a storm in Montana heading towards the Stanford region. This is along US 87, I think this is, or US 287. I think it's US 87. I believe it would be. If it heads towards Lewistown. Is this? Yeah, it has to be. This has to be US 87. So. We also do have a special weather statement over here in Oregon for a big hailstorm, possibly. Half-inch hail. It's not really that big, but it's not severe warned, so it's not big. But do have a hailstorm over there. Still watching our storms up here, but it is interesting. Is this a new firing storm blade? Let me just see this. It does look like the storm's trying to fire off of like a little remnant storm thing. It's so hard to see on this radar, I know, because of the mountains. This might be better. Yeah, I mean, we already saw this. It's very far away, but this is near Barden and Glover. There is a little storm that might produce some hail, but it's very tiny at the moment, so I wouldn't put much into it. Let me see from the Canadian radar. Yeah, not really much with that storm yet, but it is trying to develop something, so we'll continue to watch it. Sorry. I forgot that I was on that scene. My dog in the background, bro. I don't know if you hear him, but yeah, barking. I believe the severe risk is supposed to start later tonight, though. This is mostly supposed to be a nocturnal threat, actually, so I mean, that's not typical of northeastern events either. I will say, I mean, from what I can remember, a lot of them are in the daytime just because there's less moisture. So, like, the minute the sun goes down, there's, like, no moisture anymore. It's just weird. It's like the valley is, like, it's protruding from the valley, but, like, I don't think so, because I don't know what's going on, honestly. I think it's protruding from the St. Lawrence Bay or something, but we do have, it is moving southwest to northwest to southeast, I'm pretty sure, so I think this is coming from the St. Lawrence River, or maybe even the Hudson Bay, but that's a little bit of a long reach. I just know there's no mountains between there, but it's coming from a weird spot, I know that. It's coming from a weird spot. It's definitely not coming from this ocean, I'm pretty sure, the Atlantic Ocean. It could, but, like, it's weird with these storm formations moving southeast, so I think they usually move with the moisture. Still a little storm here in Coos County, New Hampshire. Some winds on it over Nass Stream Forest. So we're continuing to watch it as it approaches towards Paris and Dummer. A lot of areas that are named after European cities here. Paris, Milan, and then there's Berlin down here. I guess that's a thing. Must be a thing. I don't know if Lancaster is. I think that's not. Maybe it's a British one. I don't know. Looking back in Montana, we did just get a mesoskill discussion as I spoke right there, where a watch is possible. We were expecting no tornado threat with this, but 65 to 80 mile per hour winds, which is the main risk, and up to 1.25 inch hail. This storm right here is mainly a hail event, I think. And it's about equal hail and wind. So, we have about a windstorm and a hailstorm with a storm. And this is heading towards Stanford. There's no tornado threat, because there's not going to be tornado threat with these storms. Probably because of the mountains or something. I believe there wasn't a lot of moisture here either. And definitely not a lot of wind shear. There's definitely not a lot of wind shear. There probably is some moisture because that's causing the wind threat, but there's definitely no wind shear there, I remember, because the trough wasn't there. So. Yeah, I don't know. I thought the storm was developing, but now it's kind of weakened on the latest scans. Not really. It's sort of remaining the same. I don't know. There's still no watch for this area. I'm unsure if we're going to get one or if they're just expecting everything is going to form later. It is likely that everything is going to form later. We are expecting a mostly nocturnal threat with this, but we're waiting. We'll see if there is some sort of development earlier on, and then they'll warn a watch. But anyways, guys, honestly, I think I'm just going to end the stream. Not because I think the thread is mostly later. It's because I have to go in like an hour anyways, and I have to eat dinner before that. So I feel like it would kind of be pointless if I was here for another 15 minutes after I eat dinner and then just talked about random stuff. So I'm just going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm not even going to do the outro because I'm going to be back. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please just subscribe. Well, this is an outro, but not the outro for the live streams. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please just subscribe, turn on notifications. If you don't know what the notifications look like, it's the bell icon, the subscribe button. Also, make sure to like this live stream. And you always gotta know that the more data on the road will never leave your side and exit away from your